the presence of the Lord is here through you guys today. I loved just listening to your worship. I wanted to sing too, but I just wanted to hear you, and I could feel the Spirit of the Lord coming from you. It's just wonderful. Thank you. I was just thinking, I love seeing the faithfulness of God year after year when we do get to come and be at the same churches year after year, or even if it's a few years, and we come back and we see the Lord's heart in you and see the growth. And I know that there are hardships during those years too. I know that sometimes we wake up morning after morning going, Lord, when is it going to end? When is the pain going to be over? And sometimes he doesn't give us the when. He just says, my mercies are new every morning, and I'm with you, and great is my faithfulness. And there have been many mornings, I'm sure you guys have gotten up and held on to God's faithfulness, as well as those mornings I got up and held on to his faithfulness. I usually read the beginning of my book, just sharing a little bit of my story. But lately I've been thinking about God's sovereignty, because for so long I would pray, Lord, show me your Father's heart, show me your Father's heart. Growing up without a dad, and when he was around, it wasn't very good. He did get saved 6 years before he died, so I'm going to get to see him again in heaven, and I'm going to get to see the real dad, the one God created and had in his mind and heart before sin and ugliness and hardships got a hold of him. I'm going to get to really live and see my real dad when I get to heaven. But I just prayed for so long, Lord, show me your Father's heart, because that's where I was, and I needed that deep, deep healing. And then it was, Lord, show me your faithfulness, show me your faithfulness. And he has, day after day, after day, after day. I have seen his faithfulness. And so lately I've just been saying, Lord, show me your sovereignty, because he's just so much bigger than I'll ever see him. But if I can just grab hold of his bigness every day, just if I can see some of his bigness and his majesty every single day, then I'll just keep seeing his sovereignty every day. And so as I was thinking about that the last couple of weeks, this morning, the last chapter in my book is Sovereign Grace. And it says, I see God's sovereignty throughout my life. He knew who my parents would be, where I would be born, who I would marry, hallelujah, how many children I would have. He knows the rest of my life too. He has chosen not to let me know what the future will be, but he has told me that he knows what my future will be. He is the great I am. He was with me in the past, with me in the now, and will be with me in the future. As I finish this book of remembrances and testimonies of God's faithfulness, I want to share what is going on in my life today. I'm traveling and speaking at women's conferences and churches. I ministered in Kuwait for a ladies' conference. It was entitled, I'm Living My Destiny. Those wonderful women from so many countries blessed me so much. I am singing more. I am traveling with David around the world and loving being a team with him. David and I will celebrate 20 years of marriage on November 1st, 2008. So if you add all those together, it'll be almost 33 years now. We will celebrate that day in Rome, Italy. David is Italian, you know. We will also go to Vienna, Austria, and Lugano, Switzerland. We have been privileged to become friends with some of the most amazing people who are giving their lives to serve Jesus and help others. We gratefully get to minister alongside of them. I am amazed at how this Chicago, Kentucky, Alabama girl gets to live this life. When I am home in Tennessee, I have wonderful friends and awesome family to love. I attend the Gate Church in Franklin. I have community. I enjoy being at home and watching football games and going to movies with Bethany, Ben, and Celeste. I'm going to see Charity in Los Angeles soon. I go to my niece and nephew's soccer games. I have received what I longed for my whole life. To belong. And I thought about that. Isn't that what we long for? To belong. And then it goes on and tells a little bit about the girls and what they were doing. And, 2008 was a long time ago. 5 years ago. And so in here, I just share what's going on in their lives. And now I look and see it's changed again. So Bethany and Ben are married, and they have two of the cutest kids, Elisha David and Alethea Grace. And then we have number 3 on the way. This little one will be here in October. Not us. I'm not pregnant anymore. No. We have number 3 grandchild on the way. Yes. Yes, none of that mother, father of the bride stuff. Anyway, and then Charity, I wrote in here, she had moved to L.A. She's been there since she was 21, and she's 26 now. And how she was pursuing her dreams. And so the last time I was here, I shared with you that she was on tour with Taylor Swift. And she danced for her for 3 years. And it was a great time. God opened up those doors. And she was very blessed and just felt like that season was up. And started praying. And so now she's dancing for Selena Gomez. And she will be going on tour with her in a couple of months. But she's been doing some other things with Selena. And so it's just amazing to see how God has worked that out. And we love to hear those stories of the healings and the miracles and the financial blessings. But you know, before those stories come, there's always the story of, Charity working 3 jobs trying to make rent when she first moved to L.A. Within the first 30 days, somebody crashed into her, totaled her car. She lived on oatmeal and ramen noodles, just all that stuff to bring her to where she is now, and she just remained faithful. And I remember people saying, she should just move back to Tennessee. And I'm like, yeah, that's what she wants to do at 21, move back in with mom and dad. But that would have been okay if that was God's will. But see, the thing is, all along, we knew the Lord had called her there, and she's had some rough times, and the Lord was faithful in those rough times. And so she's said, well, I wonder what I'm going to do after tour is over, but she already knows God will be there. So he's here with us now, and he knows what you're going to do, too, next year. And then Celeste, who got to be a member of this church for about 1.5 years while she was with Youth of the Mission in Manoa Valley, she met Brandon, and they got married 1.5 years ago, and Tori came over and got to be in the wedding and blessed Celeste so much. She was Celeste's just right-hand person, loving on her, helping her through that week of the wedding. And it was awesome. So she and Brandon are not having children at the moment, as far as we know. I didn't get a Mother's Day card today saying, surprise, you're going to be a grandma. So I'm assuming that she isn't right now. But the Lord's faithfulness to them, that Celeste was living here. Brandon had already gone through the YWAM training and moved back to Ohio. And he had come back to visit his brother who was here with YWAM. And that's how they met. And so now they're married, serving the Lord, both working full-time, still ministering in their place where the Lord has put them. And life goes on. And I was thinking when I wrote that book about where I was in life right then. So since then, I am now a general manager of a cute little restaurant in downtown Franklin. Gary and Amy and Tori came and ate there. And been there almost 4 years. So who would have thought? I mean, I was always like this stay-at-home mom, and I was David's wife. Thank you for putting my name first, Rita. Anyway, but I was, David's wife, so David and Rita Baroni, and then I was the kid's mom, and I was a homeschool mom, and I loved all those titles, so it's not like I'm thinking that was bad. I like, being your wife, honey. And so, but I was thinking how the Lord already had a plan. And so I start working at this restaurant, and because of God's sovereignty, he decided to let me manage it. So talk about on-the-job training. So I guess being in the ministry and having 3 children and doing all the stuff I did kind of helped train me for that. So I'm doing that right now, still getting to travel with David some because my wonderful sister, Frida, is my assistant manager, so she takes over when I'm gone, so the Lord worked that out. So I guess what I'm just saying is life goes on, doesn't it? We keep waiting for this, maybe you don't keep waiting. I used to keep waiting for this next big thing, like the title of a sermon I've done, I'm Living My Destiny. When I would hear destiny, I'd be like, okay, out there is my destiny. Somewhere, I'm going to wake up one day, and I don't know what I was looking for, but something was going to happen. Well, it did. We woke up today, and you're in your destiny day. And it's a good day. Even in the hardships, the Lord's faithfulness is what we hold on to. His sovereignty is what we hold on to. So when we come back, hopefully next year, you still will be telling your story. I'll still be telling mine, because really what we're doing is telling his story in us. So live your story. Write your books. Sing your songs. Dance your dance. And just keep on. That's the goodness of the Lord, is that we keep on walking. I kind of look at us like Enoch, because in the Bible it says Enoch kept walking until he was no more. In other words, the Lord just took him up. Just keep on walking, and one day the Lord is going to take you up. Now, it might be through death, but we're walking toward eternity as we're living in eternity. So thank you for letting me be here. Thanks for being a part of my story. Thanks for loving us and just worshiping this morning with just total passion. What a blessing to me. Thank you.